I'm Josie Quick and welcome to another Fiddle Quick fiddle lesson. Today I'm going to show you how to take the bluegrass song Wildwood Flower and create a fiddle break. If you enjoy this video and would like to see more videos like this, please support me on Patreon and help me continue making videos like this. You can join my Fiddle Club. Fiddle Club members get the sheet music for my solos that I do in these videos. This tune is in the key of D, so let's quickly review the key of D. So it's two sharps, although we don't ever play the C sharp in this particular tune. We'll do it on the scale, but we don't actually have to play it while we're playing the tune. So D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. So your hand shape is this on both strings. First, let's go over the tune real quickly. I like to say that before you start improvising over a tune, you need to know it so well that you're bored with it. So you are inspired to do something creative with it. I'll play it once for you. Now you may have noticed that there are really only three parts to this song. You play the first part, then you play it again, then you play something different, and then you play the first part again. That makes it really easy to learn. So we're going to start on F sharp, a step up, another step up, another step up to D, back down to F, step up, step down, step down, step up, step down, step down. All right? Now this song is a bit crooked in that the first two phrases are 5 measures long instead of 4. So you have a pickup. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, rest. Then you do it again. Now here's the different part. It starts on A, goes up to D, and up to F sharp. Down a step, D, back down to A, up a step, up to D, back to B, down to A. So let's do that again. And remember to stop and practice that until you are ready to go on and put everything together. And then after that, we play the first part again. Now I'm going to show you 4 different steps that you can take to turn this into a fiddle break. You can do them in any particular order you like, but I'm going to start with double stops. So how do you know what double stop you can use? Well, this tune has 3 chords in it. A lot of these bluegrass songs have only 3 chords, the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. So the 1 chord is a D. The notes in that chord are D, F sharp, and A. What that means to you is that when they're playing a D chord, you can play an open D or an open A along with the melody line in order to harmonize it. So right here, the chord changes to A. The notes in an A chord are A, C sharp, and E, which means you can play an open A or an open E with it. So, and back to D. So, here I'll play the second line, which is exactly the same as the first line. So you've got the open A and open D, back to open A for the A chord, back to D. So what that means really is you can just keep your bow on the A string and the D string the whole time. Here's the next part. So this starts on a D chord, so we can use the open D and the open A. This is a G chord. The G chord is G, B, and D. So I can use my open D string. And this is back to the D and the A. Let's play it together. 1, 2, and... So my next step would be to add slides. Slides are often the most effective on the third note of a scale. So this is a D scale. Your third note's going to be F sharp. So, but there I instinctively went and played a slide on my B. Slide, relax the pressure on the string. Release it a little bit so that your finger isn't pressing down as hard as you are when you're trying to play a real note. Kind of let off a little bit and then slide your finger from the knuckle. You see how I'm doing that from my knuckle, not trying to use my whole hand. You try to use your whole hand to do a slide, you're going to get off where the pitches are and you can start to play out of tune. So if I take the double stops away and I just throw some slides in there, we might have something like... And you add the double stops in. So my next step would be to add a shuffle pattern. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Practice that until that feels comfortable, then try adding your double stops and your slurs to that. So here's what it would sound like if I add that shuffle pattern in with the double stops and with the slides. step would be to add some fills in there. So what you'd want to do is practice some patterns with your D Mixolydian scale. Your D Mixolydian scale would be like a D major scale, but with a C natural. So it'll be D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C natural, and then D. So if you were to practice some patterns, like say D, go up a step, go up another step, and then back to where you started. And then you keep going up the scale like that. So you've got maybe... And then you can go back down. You can come up with all sorts of different patterns. So then the pattern will be under your fingers when you want to play something like... So you can see how I started to add my double stops back in there, started to add my slides back in there, and the shuffle pattern, once you've got your bow going in a kind of a groove, it helps your fingers to figure out things to do. So the bow is what's driving the whole thing. People often think that they need to wait with their bow for their fingers to be ready. It's actually the opposite. The bow is what gets the fingers moving. So you keep your bow going and it'll get your fingers moving. So we get all that put together and you might have something like... Let's play this tune together. I'll play the simple melody twice, and then I'll leave the backing track running so that you can have fun either practicing the simple melody or trying out some of my ideas. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Thanks for watching. See you next time.